The tradition of Japanese AMA, or female pearl divers, dates back nearly 2,000 years. Wearing a loincloth and little to nothing else, these skilled artisans of their craft were known for diving for seafood as well as abalone for shrines and imperial emperors. Using no tanks or scuba gear, the AMA were able to hold their breath for extended periods of time. This practice is known as free diving. In Japan, women are considered to be superior divers due to their distribution of fat, which, to be honest with you, I'm quite jealous of, as I have yet to have any of my fat distribute to the right places. Enter the Albany Watch Company's AMA 300-meter diver, celebrating the spirit, culture, and heritage of the time-honored Japanese tradition. It's a watch inspired by lesser-known adventurers. Could you have a lesser-known adventure of your own with this timepiece? Let's awkwardly bend over a table and take a look.
All right, everybody, and welcome to Watch Me Go Broke. I am super excited today to bring you this watch from the Albany Watch Co. It's their AMA diver. Full disclosure, this was sent in to me by Albany Watch Co. I do, unfortunately, have to return it. Yeah, I know, but a lot of guys need to experience this watch, and I just thought it was cool, and I wanted to bring it to you guys. But first things first, on my wrist today is going to be the Laurier Neptune. I figured since we're doing a micro brand, I might as well wear another one. So right out of the gate, you're going to notice this beautiful package that the watch comes in. This is a bamboo box with magnetic latches, which is really neat whenever somebody takes the time to do some good packaging. But let's pop her open here, and inside you have a watch roll. And this is actually a pretty substantial watch roll. It seems like it's made of high quality materials, a little micro suede in there to protect the watch. But you get a couple of things. Nice little Albany logo, leather branding there, and you've got a leather strap that comes with it with the Albany logo there. This is going to be nubuck leather, so that's neat. And then something called their Eco Weave NATO strap, which looks pretty good. I like it a lot. Looks like it's been used a little bit on this particular one, but the weave on this is pretty nice. And then you have the watch. Let me get her all polished up and then we'll take a look. And here is the watch. This is the AMA Diver. It is a 1960s style skin diver inspired by a 2,000-year-old tradition and celebrates the spirit of the pearl divers of Japan, the AMA. So you've got a 40-millimeter case, 41.5 with the bezel. That protrudes a little bit there. 48 mil lug to lug, 12.8 millimeters in height. The crown today is loomed and it is 7 millimeters. And the case is all 316L stainless steel. It is all brushed, drilled lug holes, which is always nice for strap changes. A really, really cool beads of rice bracelet, which this is my first encounter with a beads of rice bracelet. Whoa, I know it. It's shocking, I know, because I'm such a legend in this industry. How could he not? How could he not have experienced a beads of rice bracelet? But I certainly have not. So the clasp is a milled fold-over scissor clasp. There is no security pushers on the sides, but that doesn't seem to be a big deal for this. It clicks in nice and secure. 4 micro adjusts, so you should be able to get a good fit. Nice little security latch there with the Albany logo. All in all, the clasp is pretty substantial. And the bracelet is indeed screw links, so it's going to be very easy to size for anybody. Beautiful polishing on the beads of rice. You got polishing in the middle, brushing on the side. It is very flexible, so you can do this with it. So it is quite comfortable. I'm not sure if beads of rice bracelets are like this all the time, but this one certainly does fit and conform to the wrist nicely. Solid end links, if I forgot to mention, and this case style does kind of remind me of the Seiko 62 MAS. It's kind of that style, and that's the style that I really like. So it's a 120 click loomed ceramic bezel today. There is absolutely no backplay on this whatsoever. It is quite secure and deadly accurate when you are setting this to where you want it to go. But the action on it, quite nice. And again, with no backplay, kind of hard to fault anything there. And before I forget to mention, which I am traditionally bad at, this watch is available for pre-order on Indiegogo.com. I will leave a link in the description of the video below. It's available for $399. There's a couple of different colorways that you can choose from, but this is the Bathus style dial. So it is a blue to black gradient, as if you were down at the bottom of the ocean looking up. And you see the sun. So that was the goal of this dial here. Really good coloring. The blue is very nice. And of course, those hands really are something special. Really neat hands. I don't recall seeing hands like this on any watch that I've come across. You've got a knife style hour hand, a spear minute hand, and then a really cool, one of the coolest parts of this watch, the harpoon second hand, which is really neat. The dial is loomed with BGW9, and let's take a look. And there is a shot of the loom. It looks great. The BGW9 is glowing brightly. That is just me coming in from outside. I didn't charge the watch up with a flashlight or anything like that. I just saw that it started glowing when I came back in. And so I decided to take a video of it. So yeah, I mean, really the loom, and other reviews of this watch, I've heard that they were disappointed with the loom. I really have no idea what they're talking about. It seems bright to me. I don't know. I think it's fine. And so let's talk about the case back. Yes, the case back. I'm going to show you a photo of the case back, and I have censored it because there's a naked lady on it. So I don't know the YouTube rules. I don't want to offend anybody, so I'm just going to show you that now. And the case back really is something to behold. It is inspired by, and I'm going to butcher this name, Iwase Yoshiyuki's photography of AMA divers from his village in the 1950s. So that's cool. It's a nice little tribute to those female pearl divers of Japan. But the case back, it says stainless, then it says Japanese movement, 300 meters, sapphire crystal, AMA right above that lady's head there. Really good looking case back. The engraving is just really well done, and I think it's a nice tribute to those divers. Screw down case back as well. This watch is powered by the Miyota 9039, which is the no-date version of the 9015. It's got a 42-hour power reserve, and it beats at 28,800 vibrations per hour, so you're going to get that smooth sweep of the seconds hand. So what do I like about this watch? Well, number one, I love the story. I think it's great whenever there's watches that are inspired by something in history and a tribute is done to it. I think that's great. I don't think this watch is pretending to be anything other than what it is. It's a very original design. I don't recall any other watch that I've come across that looks particularly like this. I mean, yes, the case is taken from the skin divers of the 1960s, like the 62 Moss. But really, the bezel, hadn't seen one that looks like that. The handset, obviously, is the star of the show today. That harpoon second hand is really, really great. The beautiful gradient of the dial with the transition from the light blue down to black, I think, is really well done. The loom is pretty good. I have no complaints about the loom. And that Beads of Rice bracelet is super, super comfortable. It really, really is. I like the clasp as well. Very substantial. The crown action is also quite good. Unscrews very, very smoothly. Screwing it back, I had no issues. The bezel did not come in contact with my fingers with the overhang, so I didn't have any trouble there. And all I'm trying to do is put it back in. And yeah, The case back, I don't think anybody can argue with the case back. It's just wonderfully done and a very nice tribute to a culture that a lot of people possibly don't know about. And it's nice that this diver is bringing that to everybody's attention. So what do I not like about this watch? Well, there's not a whole lot not to like. I would say that these are all very minor things. The bezel insert, the loom pip or the loom marker, it's a little difficult to kind of see in relation to where you are. I mean, you kind of got to be looking at it. And I'm only saying, looking for it. And I'm only saying this because each of these markers has an arrow and a number. So it does get slightly confusing, but all in all, I mean, it's not a huge deal. Bezel action, again, really good on this particular watch. But I really notice it when the watch is loomed. It is a little bit, you gotta take a second to figure out where that loom marker is. And I like the movement of the Miyota 9039, but it is a Miyota movement, so you're gonna get a little bit of that rotor noise. That doesn't bother me at all. And this case is actually quite thick, so the rotor noise is not as prominent. And I mean, I guess I can try to. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear that, but yeah, it's just that Miyota movement. It's just going to spin and spin and spin and vibrate a little bit on your wrist. Very minor gripe. I have many watches with those movements in it, and it doesn't bother me. It actually, it's kind of cool in a way because the watch kind of feels alive when it starts shaking around on your wrist. But the heft of this watch, it is very heavy. So that rotor noise and that vibration is not as noticeable with this watch, say it would be on something else. But all in all, guys, I think this watch is a really great tribute watch to a wonderful culture. It is unique. You're not going to find really too much out there that's a lot like it. Love the all brushed stainless steel case. You're not going to see fingerprints or anything. This watch screams tool. And I mean, tool watch doesn't scream tool. I mean, you don't wear it, you're not going to be a tool, but it's super great. Super great. I fully am on board with this project. So don't forget to go to indiegogo.com if you're interested in picking one up. And you can definitely find out some more information on there. There's a video of the owner of the company talking about the watch and his inspiration. And I think it's just really cool and really well done. So thanks for joining me, guys. We'll see you next time.